Imagine waking up to find your city immersed in water, your home flooded, and authorities urging you to evacuate. This is not a disaster movie plot, but a harsh reality for thousands of Russians today. In the vast expanse of Russia, a catastrophe has unfurled. Over 10,400 homes have been affected by severe flooding, a number that continues to rise as the disaster unfolds. The hardest-hit areas are the Urals, Siberia, the Volga, and central regions. The Ural River, once a serene sight, has transformed into a force of nature, swelling rapidly and causing the worst recorded flooding in the Ural Mountains. This has prompted immediate evacuations, with families leaving behind their homes and belongings in a desperate bid for safety. But the crisis doesn't end there. Emergency declarations have been made in the Orenburg and Tyumen regions, signaling the gravity of the situation. These declarations are not made lightly, but in response to a situation that has spiraled out of control, leaving authorities scrambling to manage the disaster and ensure the safety of their citizens. In the midst of this chaos, the Ural River continues to rise, its waters fed by melting snow from the surrounding mountains. This, coupled with the already high river levels, has exacerbated the situation. The floodwaters show no sign of receding, and with each passing hour, the situation becomes more critical. As we delve deeper into this catastrophe, we'll explore the breaking of the embankment dam in the southern region of Orenburg near Kazakhstan, which has prompted the evacuation of thousands. We'll also delve into the reasons behind this failure and the subsequent impact on the people and the city it was meant to protect. With melting snow and rising river levels worsening the situation, Russia faces a daunting challenge. This is not just a test of their disaster management skills, but a test of resilience for the Russian people, who must now rebuild their lives amidst this disaster. In the midst of this disaster, an embankment dam in the city of Orsk, near Kazakhstan, succumbed to the might of the Ural River. This was not a sudden event, but a culmination of circumstances that led to a catastrophic failure. The Ural River, swollen and relentless, was nearly twice the level that the dam was designed to contain. It was a battle that the dam, neglected and ill-maintained, was ill-prepared to fight. The dam, a sentinel standing guard against the Ural River, was protecting the city from the relentless waters. But as the river levels rose, towering above the dam's capacity, the dam broke. Not just once, but in two places. The waters, no longer restrained, poured into the city. By Saturday morning, the water had reached several districts of the city, flooding nearly 2,400 residential buildings. The city was drowning, and the dam was to blame. The aftermath of the dam break was devastating. The city of Orsk, home to 230,000 people, was under siege by the waters. The head of the Orenburg region, Sergei Salmin, declared a state of emergency. He urged residents to leave their homes, warning that the river level could reach a critical level overnight. Those who refused to leave the danger zone voluntarily would be evacuated forcibly, with the participation of police officers. It was a desperate situation, one that left no room for choice. The dam break was more than a failure of a structure. It was a failure of maintenance, a failure of foresight. The regional prosecutor's office revealed that the dam's failure was due to improper maintenance of the hydraulic structure. A criminal investigation was opened, seeking accountability for this preventable disaster. The dam failure, a stark reminder of the human cost of neglecting infrastructure maintenance, has prompted a criminal investigation. As the floodwaters rose, so did the urgency to evacuate thousands of residents from their homes. The situation had reached a critical point. In the face of this unprecedented catastrophe, over 4,208 people, including 1,019 children, were swiftly moved from their homes. In the city of Orsk, nestled near Russia's border with Kazakhstan, the local authorities were faced with a daunting task. Preparations were underway for nearly 500 temporary accommodation centers, designed to hold over 82,000 people. It was a race against time, a battle against the rising waters of the Ural River. Sergei Salmin, the head of the Orenburg region, issued a stern warning. He painted a picture of a city on the brink, a river level nearing a critical point that could spell disaster for those still in the flood zone. His words echoed with an urgency that could not be ignored. "I demand that everyone immediately leave their houses in the flood zone," he said. His message was clear and unequivocal. There was no time for hesitation. The danger was real, and the consequences of inaction could be dire. Salmin went on to emphasize that those who refused to heed the warning and evacuate voluntarily would be forcibly moved. The participation of police officers was assured, a testament to the seriousness of the situation. The city of Orsk, home to 230,000 people, now stands on the brink of an unprecedented disaster. The floodwaters continue to rise, the dam has broken, and the people of Orsk face an uncertain future. As we watch this situation unfold, our thoughts are with those affected by this devastating event, hoping for their safety and a swift resolution to this crisis. The disaster has not only affected Russia, but has also spilled over its borders, impacting neighboring Kazakhstan. Indeed, this catastrophic event has sent ripples of concern beyond the Russian frontiers. The Kazakh president, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, has described the situation as one of the most severe natural disasters to hit Kazakhstan in the past 80 years. This statement underscores the magnitude of the crisis, painting a picture of a region grappling with an unprecedented catastrophe. The flooding has not only wreaked havoc in Russia, but also in Kazakhstan, where the impact has been equally devastating. This cross-border calamity has brought to the fore the shared vulnerabilities that nations face in the wake of natural disasters. The international implications of such a crisis are far-reaching, affecting everything from infrastructure to economies and, most importantly, people's lives. This disaster serves as a stark reminder of how interconnected our world is. When a dam breaks in one country, it can cause a ripple effect that extends far beyond its borders. It's not just about the physical destruction, it's about the disruption of lives, the displacement of people, and the strain on resources in both the affected and neighboring countries. Kazakhstan, like Russia, is now grappling with the aftermath of this disaster, striving to mitigate its effects and restore normalcy. This shared struggle blurs the lines of borders and highlights the need for international cooperation in disaster management. In the face of such a disaster, the global community must rally together. It's not just about providing aid, it's about showing solidarity, sharing resources, and learning from each other's experiences to better prepare for and respond to such crises in the future. As the waters rise, so does the international concern. In the face of this crisis, one thing is clear: the situation demands immediate and decisive action. Over the last 4 scenes, we've delved into the unfolding catastrophe gripping Russia. Thousands of residents, from the elderly to the youngest children, have been forcibly evacuated from their homes after a dam broke in the southern region of Orenburg, near Kazakhstan. This embankment dam, which once stood as a protector of the city, could not withstand the might of the Ural River. The river's water level had nearly doubled, surpassing what the dam was designed to handle, and as a result the dam broke and the city was flooded. Tragically, at least 3 lives have been lost to the flooding, and nearly 2,400 residential buildings have been engulfed by the waters. The city of Orsk, home to over 230,000 people, now faces one of its gravest crises. The flood has also left an international impact, with the Kazakh president describing it as one of Kazakhstan's largest natural disasters in 80 years. In response to this crisis, Russia's President Putin has called for the formation of a special commission. Its task? To address the disaster head-on, investigate the dam failure, and propose concrete steps to prevent such a catastrophe from recurring. As we speak, efforts are underway to manage the disaster, with nearly 500 temporary accommodation centers being prepared to house over 82,000 evacuees. The situation is grave indeed, but the collective response of the Russian authorities and the international community offers a glimmer of hope. As the people of Orsk face this daunting challenge, they are not alone. Their resilience is matched by the determination of those working tirelessly to bring the situation under control. As Russia grapples with this disaster, the world watches, hoping for a swift resolution and praying for the safety of those affected.